Yes, yes. Okay.
Very good morning, all. So this is Dr. Jyoti Kumar, President IAC from Southern College of Engineering and Technology. So we are proud to host this seminar, Intellectual Property Rights and IP Management for Startup by Dr. Amirullah Khan Lodi, Professor, R&D Director, Southern College of Engineering and Technology. So I would like to welcome Dr. Amirullah Lodi Khan sir, and I would like to invite Dr. Ravichandran sir for welcome address.
Good morning to all. So good morning to one and all present here. With the blessings of Dr. Visrath Rasul Khan, the founder, Southern Educational Society, and with the guidance of, with the support of Southern Salam Rasul Khan, Chairman sir, for Southern Educational Society, and with support of our beloved principal, Dr. Atikur Rahman, and with the support of Director, Academic Director, Administrative Director, Dr. Munim, and Academic Director, Dr. Srinivas, and IAC President, Dr. Jyoti Kumar, IAC Vice President, Dr. Elias, and Convener, Dr. Nasib Khan. I invite all of them to for this August gathering. And the resource person, I invite the resource person, Dr. Amirullah Khan Lodi, Professor, Department of ECE, is going to present a seminar on IPR, that is intellectual property rights and IP management for startup, and under the IAC calendar activity. So I welcome sir. Please take over the session.
Thank you very much, Ravichandran sir, Jyoti sir, and I'm very thankful to our chairman, beloved chairman, Muhammad Shalam Rasul Khan sir, and our beloved principal, Muhammad Atikur Rahman sir, for giving this opportunity. Very thankful to directors, Munim sir and Srinivas sir. Actually, with their blessings only I'm here, and I'm getting this opportunity due to them only. So today we are going to discuss intellectual property rights and IP management for startup. So this session in depth will go about the IPR things and find what is IPR and what is the IP management for doing some startups. So because we know nowadays the students are very creative, they're thinking in other way. Previously, we are saying that everybody going to job, and maximum people are going to government jobs, and some people who they are not getting the jobs in government sector, they are doing some private jobs. But very little bit people are thinking about own business, own manufacturing unit, and own things. Now we are finding that a billionaire having an age of 25 years, 30 years, or 35 years. Before that, for achieving this, all these things, at least we have to go up to 55, 60, 65, 70 years of the age. So this creativity we are finding nowadays due to online surveys and due to the online emerging techniques what we are getting nowadays. Due to this, all these things are happening. So coming to the topic, what is actually intellectual properties, what are the startups, and what are the IP, all that sort of things, what is that? So the intellectual property rights are the right given to a person over the creation of their minds. As I told before, mind thinking is changing, going to change now. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation. For example, if I'm thinking about a new thing which is beneficial for the human being, or which are beneficial for the whole world or my community or for my country. So for that purpose, they're providing an IPR. for creation, or it is given for certain period of time. So we have different types of IPRs. We have different types of IPR. Uh, First one we can say the rights, and then this is nothing but the intellectual property rights include the patents, copyrights, industrial design rights. For example, if I'm talking about VLSI and embedded systems, so if you're providing some design, so you can put your name and you have to file the IPR for that particular designing. It is totally yours only. No one can claim the things. Okay. And then trademarks, as we see, the trademarks were the plant, badge rights, and trade dress, geographical indication, and in some jurisdictions, trade secrets also there. Uh, if I'm talking about a country in India, uh, we have different types of IPRs we are using. Uh, like we can call for the first of all patents were there. The patents are one of the most important type of IPR. The best example of IPR is patent, intellectual property right. Then we can say trademark, copyright, industrial design, geographical indication. IPRs provide a plethora of options to the creator who is going to create or who is going to design the things. Okay, so we can say here the startups and IP and all that sort of things. Hello, 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 hello. मालूम सबका ये IIC का लेक्चर चल रहा था. Hello, Jyoti sir, I'm audible.
Yes, sir, little bit okay, but if it is improved little bit, good.
Now,
Yes, sir, now okay.
oh, so IP issues as seen from the limited perspective of a startup company active in the field of, for example, we can say that drug discovery and development. Okay. So in that case, patents plays very important role. We can say for a high-tech startup, okay, seeking financing, okay, but no in-house resources to deal with IP properly.
अच्छा लाए तो अच्छा लेके आए कैमरा तो फिर वो जल रहा कर रहा पानी में खराब हो गया कर लकड़ी के दो अगर आ गए एक अगर आया
These are the IP issues.
लकड़ी का ना कुछ करो फिर
These are the IP.
एक करके वो प्लास्टिक टेस्ट करा रहे थे अब बेकार है का कोई चीज नहीं बस लोथी को निकाल दो पूरे उसके काम लगा साधन पड़े वो पेंट कर सकते नहीं कर सकते वो भी कुछ कॉलेज है
Hello. Yeah. So IP issues, what facing for a startup is patents are vital asset for a high-tech startup seeking financing, but the issues will come because no in-house resources to deal with the IP property. Then lack of general knowledge about the common procedure, what to be used. That procedure should be known by the startup who is doing the startup things, and it is very difficult to identify the rights or experts or consultants. The hard to justify the initial large expenses resulting from IT redaction or filing, etc. And we are making a jungle of regulations in that case. So these are the issues what we are facing. Another one is no resources to proactively protect IP. Then one important issue we can discuss here, uh, like origin of the patent. From, for example, it is coming from single person, college or from the universities, and principal interlocutor for patent rights transfer.
Sorry for interruption,
It
Lodi
is also
sir.
called as
Sir, please move the slides while you are explaining, sir. You are in the first slide only.
no. I'm moving, sir.
No, it is not displaying, sir.
Oh. But I'm moving as per the. uh, So the main issue, what we're discussing is exclusive licensing versus transfer of property. The cost for the startup and consequence for the future startups. So
Lodi sir,
I
please
can
check
say
your
that
slides, sir. Please check your slides, sir. You move on the left pan, sir. Left pan.
no, it is moving, sir.
No, displaying first slide only for me. You are in which slide, sir, right now? Slide number?
Uh, Slide number 4.
Okay, but the first slide only visible. Please directly click on the fourth slide, sir. Left side.
Okay, now.
No, sir.
Now.
No, sir. Still you are in the first slide only. In screen, which is slide you are seeing, sir? In your screen?
Sir, it is now I'm coming to one important issue is there. Slide number 4.
But only first slide is visible, sir, for the participants. Just you please close the PPT and open again, sir.
Yes. I'm going to stop sharing.
Oh.
Just. Sir, check it now.
No, sir. Still you are in first slide only.
Now.
No, sir. Sir, resume slideshow option is there. No, you click on there. Resume slideshow. Otherwise, completely close the
Resume
PPT and open,
slideshow.
sir.
Okay, I'll do that thing. Yeah.
Share your PPT, sir.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Huh? It's opening now.
Okay.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your folder is visible.
Just a minute. Huh? Okay, IP issues for a startup. You can see, yeah, we are talking about the IP issues for a startup. Patents are vital asset for a high-tech startup seeking financing. But the thing, some issues are coming into the picture. Uh, we can say the first one is no in-house resources to deal with the IP properly. Second thing, we can say the lack of general knowledge about common procedures and difficult to identify the rights expert or consultant about the thing or about the project which we are going to design, and then hard to justify the initial large expenses what we have to face. That initial large expenses, we are not getting justification about the expenses. So anyhow, we are going to stuck in between the trip. Okay. Then uh, some regulations will come into the picture. You have to follow all the things. Uh, if we are lacking in that case, we are finding it jungle of rules and regulations, and no resources to properly protect the IP. So in that case also, we can define it. The main issue will come into the picture: exclusive licensing versus transfer of property. Second thing is the cost for the startup and consequences for the future. So we have to plan. For example, when design coming into my mind, then I have to plan for that particular designing. In what manner I have to go, I have to forward the case. Okay, for getting a good design. For example, if I'm talking about the FPG, affiliate programmable gate array. So in that device, first we are making a prototype. After getting a perfect result, a good result, or which result we want to get. If we are getting that result, then only we are going for the hardware design. Otherwise, we are making correction in that. So before only we have to go with licensing and other rules we have to follow, and we have to plan for the cost also. How much expenditure I'm going to bear about the project. So I can say that uh, ownership is better if we are going for a startup, because uh, as we know, the partnership is always at risk. It represents a negotiable asset for the company, for the investors also. And the second point, what we have to mention, so that point is management of IP. It is simpler, management of IP, in particular in case of litigation. So it should not happen. Someone going to uh, make some issues about the
Modi sir, you are connected to meeting. You can proceed. You are in meeting only, sir. You are in meeting. Just to minimize the Zoom and proceed, sir. You are in meeting only. But audio is not there.
Is it okay now? Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, sir. Okay. So ownership is better than exclusively for a startup. Why? Because uh, it is negotiable asset for the company, for investors also. The management, the second important point, the management of IP is simpler, in particular in case of litigation. So one more thing, some students asking some questions that why universities don't want to sell their patents. Why? Because the tech transfer offices get recognition for building strong patent and portfolio with projected large returns from royalties. And they're having some fear that patents may not fully be exploited by startups. And one more phase going on there, lose everything if company fails. So these are the reasons. And what remedies we have to follow. This the CO. They may get equity if local policies allow for, and they negotiate realistic royalties with transferable rights to subsequent owner in case the startup fails. And this is favorable for both universities and startups because the startups can obtain valuable asset to attract investors and get control over its IP portfolio. We can say out licensing or litigation cases with them. We can discuss other things. The universities cannot afford to pay national patent filing and subsequent fees, but can hope to get ROI if the patent is recovered by another. They have a better negotiation position towards the startup. Okay. The upfront fees will kill the project. We have to be care about the upfront fees uh, of the patent. Then one question will arise in our mind that how to get the right people on board from the startup to take care of IP issues. So in-depth knowledge for companies business, the person which we want to get for our project or for our work should have some sense about our business and should have some feeling about a company and what company wants to do with this project, with this patent. He should to know it very well. Fluent with national and international IP issues. He should to know the things, IP issues about national and international things. Be able to communicate and explain the project in well. Be available and affordable. If I'm going to pay something to him, then it is affordable for me. And the person should always be available with the work. He should to know how to compromise between excellence and cost and how to factor in since the beginning possible litigation consequence. And then how to keep track of all new rulings which may influence outcome of IP or possibly litigation. So we can say the IP management constitute one of the most critical topics for a startup success. Litigation is the most fearful perspective a startup can be confronted within the IP field. Hence, we can say any means to avoid or dampen sterile and killing it litigation costs, in particular for small companies, are most welcome here in this case. This is about the IP management. So we finalized the agenda. We had given some examples about the things here. Uh, according to the patent office, what things we have to put here. Should you file for patent protection? It is strategic, it is defendable. What market really matter for that? Filling patents are cheap, and you can see here, uh, issue and depending of the patent is expensive. Okay, you can see the figure. Have an patent process, how to do the patent. If you have an idea, do patent search, build prototype, keep your idea secret until you file your patent, or you could lose patent rights. Okay, file the provisional patent, test, market and find investors, sell product or sell license patent. Okay, and you must file non-provisional patent within 12 months of submitting the provisional patent. That non-provisional patent, you have to go with prosecute non-provisional patent, receive issue patent with patent number. So this is the process how to get the patent number or how to file the patent. These are the patent process you can see here. And some important concept we have to go with that. The important dates were there: filing date, grant date, and you have to put an abstract description about that. Independent claims, dependent claims, prior art, patent. You can say it, call it as a wrapper, and cease and desist. Okay. So I'll give an example about the brand and other things. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity, and hope in future also we'll get some good ideas about patent, how to file the patents. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful session. So really, the students and faculties have gained the knowledge about filing patent and the different types of patents. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so
Okay,
much, sir. Shall I close the session, sir?
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Sure.
you, sir. Thank you so much.